Over a year after the death of King Goodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu, the AmaZulu Royal family will this weekend perform a cleansing ceremony. By tradition, the event marks the end of a mourning period. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi joins us live from KwaNongoma. Linda, what can you tell us about today's festivities?
Well, as you rightfully mentioned, Ndogozo, this ceremony will take place this weekend, meaning that today and tomorrow will be that particular ceremony, which is basically marking the end of the mourning period over a year since the passing of the late AmaZulu King Goodwill Zwelithini kaBhekuzulu. But of course, it also involves some traditional aspects, right, in the sense that there will be, of course, the hunting that will take place, but also the cleansing of the king's weapons. So that will take place during this particular weekend. You'll remember that today's proceedings, in fact, are expected to be private, and members of the public can only attend the ceremony tomorrow. In fact, it looks like preparations have already started. If you look to my right, there's already a tent that has been set up, another one set up behind the one that you're seeing on your screen, which perhaps signals that members of the public will, of course, be able to join in on this particular ceremony tomorrow. But it happens right at the backdrop of that media briefing that we saw happen on Thursday, where some senior members of the royal family, I'm talking now about those who are opposed to King kaBhekuzulu, being the king of the AmaZulu nation, saying this will be a comical event given the fact that they've already performed this ceremony last year. They say that, but at this particular point, Zulu cannot refer to himself as the king of the AmaZulu nation because there are some of the procedural aspects that they did not follow. So they're saying this event will be comical, in that, of course, it has already been done, and that it was done by the core members of the family. The procedure, Ndogozo, that they speak about, refers to them being the core members of the family, and that as per legislation, they are the ones that are supposed to take, center stage in the decisions that are being made in the royal household. They're saying that it seems there is interference politically, but also from the Prime Minister of the AmaZulu nation, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who seems to be making key decisions within the Zulu royal family. So we're expecting then that this particular ceremony will go ahead today and, of course, tomorrow.
Well, Linda, while we still have you, notwithstanding the family objections to today's ceremony, I wonder if the cleansing ceremony that's expected to take place today will in fact also be able to pave the way for the king's coronation, which we know was delayed after those floods that we saw in April and in May.
Yes, in fact, that date has not been announced in Ndogozo, and this particular ceremony is said to be one of those that will pave the way to that coronation. Perhaps we might hear this weekend when that particular ceremony will happen. As you rightfully mentioned, it had to be postponed as a result of the devastating floods that swept through parts of KwaZulu-Natal. So, as this ceremony marks the end of the mourning period, it is, of course, signaling that some activities will continue, and that involves the coronation of the king. You'll remember not so long ago, the President of the Republic, Cyril Ramaphosa, in fact, announcing that, they have put King kaBhekuzulu as the king of the AmaZulu nation. In fact, his name was gazetted, and that certificate of recognition issued to him, which means that legally so, he's been placed as the AmaZulu king, despite, of course, legal processes. You'll remember that also triggered the issue around the review application that is currently sitting at the North Gauteng High Court, which is the Pretoria High Court, to, of course, review that decision by President Cyril Ramaphosa. As far as things stand, there hasn't been a court that has set aside the president's decision. So we're looking ahead then to that particular coronation.
Linda, we'll leave it there for now. Of course, we'll continue to bring you the latest developments out of KZN and the King's cleansing ceremony today.